Probably a shadow of debt, but I'm not upset, man. Look at my table. Look at my...
Laura! Woo, 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 woo. Ooh, oh.
Well, that's life.
There they go. We're back. That always cracks me up with Laura. We're back at, she acting like Steve right there, huh? She acting straight like Steve right there. But we're back at it again. Life Lessons of Steve and Laura. It's Steve and Laura time. Check your time because it's all the time. And where's the life lesson here that we can learn from Laura Winslow? Keep it pushing through the adversity, through the bumps and the ups and the downs. Great Pat Summer would say, left foot, right foot, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving, keep going, keep believing. Let's go. Oh.
Myra!
Ooh.
Last chance, Stephen. Come back to me now and all will be forgiven. Reject me and suffer the consequences.
Myra, I'm sorry, but for the last time, it's over.
We've got to make decisions to say, okay, I'm going to get better, and I'm cutting off anything and everything, watch this, and anybody, y'all, keeping me from getting better.
Now, you saw that was Darius Daniels, but what did he say there? I'm cutting off anybody that is standing in the way from me becoming my better self. And that's why what Steve is doing right now is actually what he needs to do. I forget what this was about, why Myra broke up with him. Look at Steve now. Look how he's looking now. Got the Converse going, you know what I'm saying? Looking a little smooth with it right now. He's looking good. He's becoming a what? Oh, a man. Song lyric real quick.
When they couldn't shake you, they shamed you.
In case you didn't hear what was said on that song, he said, when they couldn't shake you, they shamed you. What is Myra doing now? She's shaming him. Bringing shame to him. Now she's making it seem like he is the one that's in the wrong.
I'm sorry, but for the last time, it's over.
This is what you say love is. Love.
You leave me no recourse but to take legal action.
Oh, love.
Stephen, I am suing you for alienation of affection.
Oh, police!
Right. First of all, which is, oh, please. She could have been done that because Myra never had Steve. She never had him. Never had his heart, never had his mind. Tried to get his body, never even had his body. She never had him.
You need the best attorney in America to win a trumped-up case like that.
Right.
Is this the defendant?
Johnny Cochran!
Mr. Urkel, you made an oral contract with my client when you professed your love for her. You still have this science pen, don't you?
Right here, Johnny. Exhibit A.
We're back again. What did I tell y'all? I told you that science pen one didn't mean nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Myra still holding on to it. It meant absolutely nothing.
Girl, we'll prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you knowingly, willfully, and maliciously stole the best years of this woman's life, leaving her emotionally bereft, devastated, yes, and worse, single.
But she looks okay to me.
Wait till you see her in court.
Again, though, guys, we'll laugh at this. But do you see what Myra's putting Steve through right now? But y'all say it's love. So again, first of all, she goes and plays with his mind, breaks up with him because he's becoming a better version of himself. And now this. If Steve was not the man that he was, if Steve was not the man that was already in love with this other woman in Laura, think about this. This could really mess somebody up. Myra is the definition of love, but Laura isn't. That baffles my mind. Baffles my mind. This is crazy. Oh, wow.
Our report cards are here.
Ooh, gimme. I'm dying to see what I got in advanced calculus.
Yeah, and I'm dying to see what I got in subatomic nuclear macrobiotics.
I'm dying to see what I got in volleyball.
What? What? Is that one word or a sentence?
I got straight A's.
Get it, Laura. Get it, Laura.
Yeah, I got straight A plus.
That deserves another hug. Snuggity. And you just see it now. Laura getting straight A's. Steve getting A pluses. So I'm just saying for y'all, Laura wasn't good enough for him. Myra was smart like Steve. Laura on a whole nother level. How much Steve and Laura study together. And you got somebody cheering you on to greatness. Let's think about this. Remember the issue that Steve is having with Myra. He's becoming a better version of himself. Myra's trying to sue him. Laura hugging on him. Okay. All right.
Except for these 3Ds.
Ooh. Eddie.
Oh, yes, well,
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Well, back up, kiddo.
Right.
Volleyball is a lot tougher than it looks.
It is, though. It really is.
We got straight A's.
But you guys got straight A's. Yeah. Laura always studying. Smart. Look at this here. That's so cute. That's so cute.
Hey, Steve, where have you been?
No, we got to look. Did y'all see when Steve just came walking through the door, the big smile on Laura's face? See any of that? What do you want, Steve? The big, you got to bring it back.
Laura, my beautiful bonbon.
My beautiful bonbon, baby.
Steve, I'm busy, so I don't have time for you to pester me.
Oh, no sweat, my pet. I'm here to pester your pop. Now, where is the big lug?
I don't know. I haven't seen him all day. I was hoping I could say the same thing about you.
This is what y'all don't even recognize. That Laura is joking, and Steve even recognizes Laura's joking. You see the smile on his face. But I just wanted to show that, right? Literally same thing. Just 4 years later. All right. Right, exactly.
Oh, you crack me up.
The big old smile on this girl's face because this man is walking in the door. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't done anything. She is smiling at his presence. Look at that. They're so adorable.
Hey, Steve, where have you been?
Well, I took a long walk.
Where to?
Pittsburgh. Over $28 in tolls. Who knew they charge pedestrians?
You know, this is Laura Winslow. This is what I'm saying. This is why you got to give people time. Now she's like, Steve, where you been? Where you been? Oh, my gosh.
Steve, you went on a 400-mile walk? What is that, power walking for the chronically loopy?
Well, go ahead and laugh.
Yeah.
But look at all these bottle caps I found.
Steve, I'm trying to... Hey, Fresca.
They're fresh, too. Laura, the reason why I took that long walk is because there's something that's been gnawing at my belly, and I think we need to talk about it.
Oh, what is it, Steve?
Oh, gosh. I'm not going to stay long on this. Do you see how quick? I think we need to talk about it. Well, what is it, Steve? Like, why does Steve love Laura? She's easy to talk to. And when people are easy to talk to, you know what that means? Communication flow. It keeps things on a go. You feel what I'm saying?
What I need from you is advice on how to bring bad news to your father.
Well, just come right out with it. It only annoys him if you beat around the bush.
Gotcha. No bush beating.
Unless he's in a bad mood. Then steer clear. Make yourself scarce.
No, sirree. Well, that's the coward's way out. I've made a mistake, and I'm gonna fess up to it like a man.
Now look. I just love this because you're still. I'm trying to tell you, consistency is so powerful. But same kitchen, same two people. Steve needs to talk, get something off his chest. Laura's listening.
Well, ever since you professed your romantic feelings for me,
Romantic because
I
they
feel
already
like I'm caught in this weird, wacky love triangle.
Steve, I have feelings for you and Stefan. And I'm doing my best to work them out.
Well, maybe it would help if I knew what kind of triangle I was in. See, if it's an isosceles triangle, I got a lot of catching up to do. If it's equilateral, well, then I'm doing better than I thought. If it's scaling, oh, just give it to me straight. I can take it.
Steve, believe me, it's as hard on me as it is on you.
I think people are not recognizing what Laura is dealing with right here. This is Steve. Laura, I've said this before, Laura is not going to play with this man's heart or his mind. Steve is not talking about, girl, hey, will you be my girl? Will you be my girl? Laura understands Steve is talking marriage with her right now. Steve has always pursued Laura as a life partner. Here's the problem that we all have, right? Mind is telling her Stefan, but who she really wants is Steve. And so there is that inside battle.
I don't stand a chance. You and I have never even been out on a real date. What am I gonna do?
Well, here's a fresh thought. Why don't you ask me out?
Boom. Boom.
You're right. I've been so shocked and amazed that you're no longer repulsed by me that I've completely neglected to ask you out. Well, in that case...
Look at how excited Laura is.
Laura Lee?
Yes, Steve.
Look at it.
I was wondering if I could share the pleasure of your company Saturday night.
I'm busy Saturday night.
Well, how about Sunday night?
Urkel, let me put this to you as nicely as I can. I'm not going out with you. I'm never going out with you.
There's the never word again, huh? There's that never word again. Never say never. Come on, maturity. Come on, time. Come on, maturation. Come on, best self. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come to the party, Lord. Come on now.
Would you go out with me this Friday night?
Sorry, I'm busy.
Boy, I just walked right into that one.
But I'm free Saturday night.
There it is. There it is. I gotta take with Laura.
Get a grip.
I can't help it. This is the happiest day of my entire life.
Look at. This is what I'm saying. Laura made Steve wait. Yeah, she did him a favor because now she feeling stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's in that. Look. Just look at this right now. We got to stop acting like waiting for something is a bad thing. We got to stop acting like patience is not good. Like, stop. We got to stop doing that. Look at this right now.
Actually, I'm happy too.
We'll have a romantic meal and a moray.
It is to die for.
I hope you choke on a bone, you hag.
No, God. Myra, see, this is what I'm talking about. Myra, this is all your fault. This is all her fault. But again, it's Steve and Laura's fault. Laura's the hag. Come on, man. Stop that. Stop it.
And Laura,
I have a spectacular evening planned.
Yeah.
I promise you,
What, Steve? What?
Saturday night will be the most wonderful night of your entire life.
Talk to her. Talk to her.
Did you hear? I got a date with Laura.
Look at this now. Now she cracking up. Now she cracking up. You give people time. Goodness gracious. And even at this point, when I say time, I'm not talking about 20, 40 years. Laura's 20 years old here. She's 20. They still got the next 60 years to be together. Like, what are we talking about? Come on now. Come on, Laura.
That date will never happen, or my name isn't Myra Boutros Monkhouse.
Myra, oh my God. We see here things are going down. But I want to go back and look at something real quick.
What I need from you is advice on how to bring bad news to your father.
Well, just come right out with it. It only annoys him if you beat around the bush.
Gotcha. No bush beating.
Unless he's in a bad mood. Then steer clear. Make yourself scarce.
What am I gonna do?
Well, here's a fresh thought. Why don't you ask me out?
Boom.
You're right.
And why I wanted to go back and look at that, because I think it's something that people don't recognize with Laura. Laura is help to Steve. You know, it's I will quote Darius Daniels once again, but he said, when the right woman shows up, help shows up. Laura is a representation of help to Steve. You know what I'm saying? And those are just two situations. We know that there's tons of them where Laura has helped Steve work through. Even when Steve's trying to figure out how to come at her in this new way, she helps him out. Hey, here's a fresh thought. Ask me out. Right? And so that's the first thing I wanted to look at is I don't think people understand the difference between Myra and Laura. Laura is help to Steve. Laura helps. She gives good advice. She's wise. She gives wisdom. And she is kind of always thinking about what is best for him. This is the other thing I love that Laura does that a lot of people cannot do. She doesn't project. Right? She doesn't, put her own situation or her own circumstance. A lot of y'all do this with Steve and Laura, where you put you project your own situation into it. And a lot of times I don't help people. And Laura does not do that. Laura listens to Steve. She hears what he has to say and she gives him the proper, the proper help is what we'll call it. And so that's, again, a key. What does Steve love about Laura? She's help. You show me a man that a woman is in his life and she provides help and he turning it away. One thing. Okay, let's get to this. But here's another thing I don't think people realize. I was reading this book with Joyce Meyer. Not with Joyce Meyer, by Joyce Meyer. And she says something very powerful in the book she said there are two pains in the world. She said there's the pain of changing, and then there's the pain of not changing. And what is so crazy about it is that is actually Myra and Steve. That is them. Steve is in the process of changing, right? And what we will find out about people, that's when you really want, this is what I never understood this argument about Myra and Laura. When you go and you start to change and you start becoming better, you know what I'm saying? That's when you really realize who is really for you. That's why this whole thing, well, Laura didn't get with Steve till he started blah, blah, blah. It's like that is a representation of not only his great character, but it's also a great representation of Laura's great character. As we can see with Myra. Myra wants the old, this version of Steve. That's the version of Steve Myra wants. Okay? And so that's what we gotta understand about it. And that's what Myra, this is the beauty of Steve and Laura, is that Steve is going through the changing process at the same time as Laura. Timing is everything. That is one of the things I've been saying in what is one of the life lessons of Steve and Laura. Patience, timing, friendship, right? Those things are what, basically sum up the life lessons of Steve and Laura. And Steve and Laura are changing at the right time. And the problem is Myra isn't. Think about it. How difficult would this situation be if Myra was also growing and changing? But she's not. You know what I'm saying? She's not growing and changing. And that's what caused. So it baffles my mind when people say it's about Laura. Laura, like Steve, when it got, like, man, for real, when you go through a change and you're becoming better, in your mind, you would think like, yeah, why wouldn't people like that? Yeah, but that is the question. Why wouldn't people like that? But you know what? A lot of people don't. And if you on your come up, you realize that too, right? If you're going and becoming like, think about it. It's in anything. I've seen it in my walk with God, where people don't like that, or you're deciding that I'm not gonna club as much. I'm not gonna cuss as much. I'm not gonna watch TV as much. I'm gonna go work out more. I'm not gonna eat as much junk food. I'm gonna go to church more, right? Whatever these things are, there is probably people around you that are not gonna like that change. And then there's that, I got to do it, y'all. Make that change. Y'all know that with Michael Jackson, I had to do it. Make that change. But there's going to be people around you that are going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to do that too. Right. And so this is such a big thing. And that's why I never understood that. What Laura loving Steve's come up it speaks to her great character. The fact that Myra does not like Steve's come up is a testament of her lack of great character. Period, point blank. And while we on come ups, let's talk about this real quick. And about come up, one thing that I think people don't realize, what has everything to do with why Myra is putting Steve through the ringer right now, is Myra has always been threatened by Laura, because she knows Laura a bad chick. Myra knows Laura got her in every area. There's no advantage that Myra has over Laura, and so she's always been threatened by her, right? And like I said, what have I been saying? That it's not just Steve that is maturing and growing, but it also is Laura that is maturing and growing, and they're both on their come up. Because I really wonder this, right? Myra demanded Steve come back and apologize and, learn the error of his ways. You know what I'm saying? You're a bad boy. You need to know the error of your ways, But I wonder, let's go take it back here.
Betray you?
Seriously.
Well, 2 hours ago, you broke up with me. Mm-hmm. Why, you tossed me aside like a smelly gym sock.
Smelly gym sock.
Oh, fish sticks. I wasn't dumping you. That was a carefully orchestrated charade designed to drive you back into my arms.
So this is what I wonder, right? And we saw the earlier things where, Myra is demanding Steve to come back. What I wonder is, in all this time, for some of y'all suckers, you're sitting up here going to say, Laura never understood Steve's value and Myra did. But here's the thing. I think we have it a little bit twisted here, okay? Because what I wonder with Myra, if Myra thought she could play mind games like that with Steve and break up with Steve, I wonder if she thought nobody else wanted him, right? So she thought that's why that she could, play games. But when this started happening, she's coming. She's coming, Steve. Come on, Laura, ready now. She ready now. Come on with it, Laura. Put one on her. You see how Myra walks back in there and screams, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Myra didn't know that Steve was on his come up in more ways than one. Not only just in becoming a better person, but coming up with the ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Sing along. Ain't nothing like the real thing, right? I don't think Myra knew that those things were, that was even possible. So people sit up here and say, no, Laura was the one that looked down on him. And it makes me wonder if Myra really knew, you know what I'm saying, what she really had in Steve, would she have played those mind games? If Myra knew that Steve can just go home and be with Laura, would she have broken up with him? And I would say no. Myra did that thinking that didn't nobody want Steve because she had messed with his mind so much that he probably wouldn't be no good to nobody. But Myra doesn't realize that during all that time still, that Steve and Laura were still building and growing, and friendship is getting stronger, that turned into a beautiful romance. And that's the thing about it. That's what's so beautiful about this, that y'all try to, make it seem like it's something that it's not. This is actually so beautiful that they're growing at the same time. Because think about it for a second. Steve could be growing in a way that Laura can still find him attractive. Don't act like she gotta find him attractive. Why? Because Myra doesn't find Steve attractive like that now. Right? So it is such a beautiful thing, when you can go and change and grow and become better, and you have people that not only are rooting you on, but that are falling even more in love with you as you become your better self. And that's what my encouragement would be. Darius said it. Don't be afraid to cut off the Myras, okay? Don't be afraid to cut off those ones that, don't want you to be your best self, the ones that are trying to shame you because you're not, being who they want you to be.
And so what has to happen is we've got to make decisions to say, okay, I'm going to get better, and I'm cutting off anything and everything, watch this, and anybody, y'all not ready, anybody that's keeping me from getting better.
I just thought that was worthy to be played again, hey, don't get Myra, okay? Don't get Myra, and going back to the song lyric that I talked about where he said, when they can't shake you, they shame you, right? And that's what Myra was trying to do all along, was trying to shake Steve. You know what I'm saying? And once she realized that she could not do that because he's in the arms of another woman, you feel what I'm saying? In the arms of another beautiful woman, then she tried to shame him. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what we really have to, why am I saying all this? To be careful of, man, we deserve better than this. Steve, y'all can talk and talk crazy all you want to and say, Laura didn't deserve Steve. No, who don't deserve Steve is Myra. Because if Myra cannot love his best self, she doesn't deserve him. Laura is falling in love with his best self. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop getting this stuff crisscrossed and all that kind of stuff. And I know our nature and our culture and all that stuff is negative. But the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Myra was never good for Steve. Myra's never going to be good for Steve because some people, unfortunately, are never going to learn and grow and get better. Right? We think that is just something that everybody does. No, everybody doesn't do it. We're seeing it with Myra, right? Not everybody does it, but Steve and Laura are doing it at the absolute right time. And I'm gonna say this again because it just irritates me. When people like Laura made him wait. It's like, first of all, I will say it again. Laura can't make Steve wait when Steve had a whole girlfriend. First of all. It's just asinine foolishness logic, right? But number two, let's stop acting like having to wait for something is a bad thing. Laura did not make Steve wait. Laura did Steve a favor and did her a favor by waiting until she was ready. And Laura is still dealing with things right now, right? She's still trying to figure stuff out. But now is a better time than it would have been then because she was even more confused. And not only was she not confused, she really wasn't that interested, right? She loved Steve and she had that strong friendship love for Steve, but she did not have the romantic feelings there. So now Laura is getting to a place where she is ready. She's growing. He's growing. She's maturing. He's maturing and the time is perfect. So we got to stop acting like, that waiting for something or Laura made him wait, however you want to look at it and say it's a bad thing. It's ridiculous. It's asinine. Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.
It's the murder